the bonkers BBC interview that Harry gave this week or last Friday, but it's got legs for days, in which he says two things that do not go together. He implies that the British royal family had something to do with Diana's death, that they would like to see grievous harm, we know what that means, come to Harry and Meghan and their two small innocent children, and also that he would love to get back in. Would love nothing more than to get back in.
Yes, this is why I love you, Maureen. Doesn't everyone love The Nerve? I genuinely love the show. I have not missed one.
Thank you.
So you're right. They're not, these two things are incongruous. And because one of them, and that means one of them is not true. And the one that is not true is his desire for reconciliation. He does believe all those things. I think he actually does believe them. I think it stems back to his childhood trauma, which was genuine at the loss of his mother, the way she died. And unlike William, who also had the same trauma and was only a couple of years older than Harry, dealt with it. Like, he dealt with it and went on to have a relatively, it looks like from the outside anyway, healthy family life in his own, created family. And Harry has not been able to get over it. And I almost think like the way, if your parents abuse you, you'll marry an abuser. Like there's something psychologically that makes you like need a redo over and over, hoping for another outcome. He's like, the way he talks about something happening to him or Meghan, it's got like a hopeful tinge to it. You can sense he almost wants something to happen so that he can be like, I told you, see? It's my mother all over again. Like, he needs it. Like, he needs to feel special. He needs to feel under attack. She does too. I mean, they create these fake dramas around them to try to, it's almost like, Maureen, I remember when I was a little kid, I might have broken a toe. I don't know. I went with it. It's broken. I'm like, I need a cast. I need crutches. I couldn't wait to go into school because I loved attention. And I was like, this is going to attract all sorts of attention to me. Now, I was still in the single digits when I did this. And now, like with my kids, I can see it happening from a mile away when they do it. They can get away with nothing. But that's how he still is. And Meghan Markle, too. Like, he needs the drama of like, they're out to get us. They want to kill us. The press is going to lead to Meghan getting killed, just like my mother. All the stuff I just mentioned is like combined to create this delusional, paranoid, sad sack that used to be a sought after prince and now is just sort of like a charity case where you're like, oh.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Uncovered. Today, I'm diving straight into the latest royal bombshell, Prince Harry's jaw-dropping claims in his recent BBC interview. He's accused the royal family of possibly being involved in Princess Diana's death and even hinted they wish harm on him, Meghan, and their kids. Wild, right? But is there more to the story than just headline shock value? Let's unpack what's really going on behind the palace gates. First off, Harry says he wants to reconcile with his family. But at the same time, he's tossing out some of the heaviest accusations imaginable. That's where Megyn Kelly steps in, calling this out as pure hypocrisy. I mean, can you really claim you want peace while accusing your own family of wishing you harm? That's a contradiction that's hard to ignore. So, what's really driving Harry here? Kelly's analysis is brutal, but honestly, it makes you think. She suggests that Harry is dealing with serious, unresolved trauma from his childhood, trauma he just can't seem to move past. Instead of healing, he's stuck in this pattern, playing the victim, stirring drama, and constantly seeking sympathy. Compare that to Prince William, who seems to have forged his own stable path. The difference couldn't be clearer. And then there's Meghan Markle's role.
You're so right about that sort of arrested behavior. I think William, one of the healthiest things he did, part of him falling in love with Catherine, Princess of Wales, I really think had to do with her family of origin. And they were intact and they were loving and they seemed to have a very healthy, emotional sort of relationship amongst all of them. And he was very attracted to that. And I think he found that normalcy and that groundedness and the things that, he was maybe lacking given his birthright. And Harry, meanwhile, was just left to stew in it. And I think the thing too that you're saying is so right on, and it's so perverse because like in that BBC interview, he was bragging that like on the threat hit list, he's number one.
Yeah.
Like he's
right.
like,
Sure.
I would not be bragging about that. If a government agency came to me and said, you know what, Maureen, suddenly for whatever reason, you're like at the top of the list of people who are going to be like in grave danger, I would be
Now
like,
that you're an astronaut.
Let me not publicize that. Right?
Right.
Like that doesn't seem bright.
Right. No,
Right.
I've never seen somebody so anxious to disclose his alleged security threats. I mean, it is strange. Like I actually had a very, very dark period when I first became a journalist where I developed a very bad stalker. Nobody knew who I was. I was on the weekend shifts on Fox, but I happened to be
nobody
the one person.
knew. You weren't that famous yet.
Not at all, not at all. But just
Whoa.
happened to be the one person who developed this very dangerous stalker. And now I talk about it. That's 20 years ago, right? Like it's a long resolve. The guy went to jail for 10 years. But at the time, I would rather be caught dead. I was like, hell no. Anything I say could like encourage the person or create another such person. Or like, if you're actually under threat and genuinely afraid for your safety, you don't want to go anywhere near that discussion. And the whole lawsuit with the family and the security, that was just his attempt to like win, to punish them, to say like, you're not in control of me. Like, I will get what I'm entitled to. I'm a prince of England. I will have it, because we all know, number one, he has the money to pay for private security, all the private security he wants. Now, It's true, you cannot arm them in Great Britain. They're not allowed to carry guns. So that's a diminishment of full protection, but it's what Taylor Swift has to deal with.
According to Kelly, Meghan isn't just a bystander, she's amplifying Harry's paranoia. Together, they seem to cling to this shared story of persecution, using it to attract attention and public sympathy. It's almost like they're addicted to the narrative of being victims, always needing to be at the center of the storm. But here's the kicker. Kelly goes so far as to say that Harry almost wants something bad to happen, just so he can say, I told you so. That's a heavy accusation. She argues that he's so tied to his identity as the modern Diana that he actually craves the drama and danger to stay relevant. Let's not forget the security controversy. Harry, no longer a working royal, still demands royal-level protection. Even after Queen Elizabeth offered him safe accommodations, he turned it down and sued the UK government for private armed guards. This, for many, smacks of entitlement and hypocrisy. After all, most top celebrities don't get that kind of security. Kelly also points out that real victims usually stay quiet to protect themselves, not broadcast their fears to millions.
It's what Tom Cruise has to deal with. It's what every massive star, way more famous than Harry, has to deal with when they go to the UK. And speaking of stalkers, I guarantee you Taylor Swift is in far more danger at any public appearance than Prince Harry is. So, but the second point, Dan Wootton told me, and he broke Megxit, he's broken all these big royal stories, that the king said to Harry, okay, Queen Elizabeth said you cannot have the security the same as you would if you were working royal. We cannot look at the taxpayers and tell them they have to foot that bill, since you're not doing any work for us and you fled the coop and you're trying to make money off of all our stories on Netflix. But whenever you come here, you can stay in Buckingham Palace and you will get all the security that comes with that. And Harry refuses to do it, even though, Maureen, no one's in Buckingham Palace. William and Kate are at a different palace, and so are Charles and Camilla. So he'd have Buckingham Palace to himself with all the security, and he still is on the BBC going, boo fucking who? Feel sorry for me.
Incredible. Such a great point. And like, let's say even a family member happened to be in Buckingham Palace. It's like, you could conceivably never see them, okay? You've got like 85 rooms and staff and foot soldiers, and it's all going to be fine.
So why go public with it all? She sees it as a carefully managed publicity strategy wrapped up in the guise of vulnerability. Bottom line? Meghan Kelly sums up Harry as self-sabotaging, blinded by ego, and addicted to his victim status, with Meghan right there, reinforcing every step. So now it's your turn. What do you think? Is Harry really a victim of his own family, or is this just ego-driven drama for the world to see? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm dying to know where you stand. And hey, if you want more no-nonsense royal breakdowns, hit that subscribe button and join me for the next deep dive right here on Uncovered. Thanks for watching. See you soon.